Hi students, welcome back to our online biology class. Last day we discussed about the structure and the functions of the brain. I hope all the students learned that topic. And today we are going to learn about the structure of the spinal cord. The spinal cord is a continuation of medulla oblongata. I want to say something about the brain and the spinal cord. We know that the impulses reaches the brain. Mainly the impulses from the spinal cord it reaches the brain. That means normal activities are controlled by the brain and immediate and accidental activities are controlled by the spinal cord. Spinal cord is protected inside the vertebral column. Like the brain, the spinal cord is also covered with meninges. In the central canal of the spinal cord, there is a fluid called cerebrospinal fluid. See, what is the peculiarity of cerebrospinal fluid? Yes, it is obtained from the blood and it is reabsorbed into the blood itself. The function is it provides nutrients and oxygen to the tissues of the, we are learning about the spinal cord. So, it provides nutrients and oxygen to the tissues of the spinal cord. Okay, next it reduces the pressure inside the spinal cord. Third one, it protects from external shock. Another peculiarity of spinal cord is that in the brain we learned the grey matter is seen outside and white matter is seen inside. Reverse reaction takes place here. Here white matter is seen outside and grey matter is seen inside. So here you can write a question. What is the difference between brain and spinal cord according to white matter and grey matter? Another peculiarity of spinal cord is 31 pair of spinal nerves are present in the spinal cord. How much? 31 pair. A dorsal root and a ventral root join to form a spinal nerve. Sensory impulses reaches the spinal cord through the dorsal root. Motor impulses go out of the spinal cord through the ventral root. Impulses from different parts of the body are transmitted to and from the brain through the spinal cord. The function of spinal cord is to coordinate the repeated movement during walking, running, etc. Now look at the video. Watch this. Such instances are very common in our routine life. Here, hand and the spinal cord are connected through nerves. Heat is a stimuli. On contact with the heat, the receptor at the tip of the finger generate stimulus. As a result, impulses are formed. These impulses through the sensory neuron, it reaches the spinal cord. From the spinal cord, the impulses reaches the interneuron which connects both the sensory neuron and motor neuron. It generates quick responses according to the sensory impulse. When these impulses reaches the muscles through the motor neuron, the hand is withdrawn quickly. Thus, the impulses complete the circuit through the spinal cord. The instruction to withdraw the hand comes from the spinal cord. So the response happens quickly. Subsequently, the message reaches the brain. So, the accidental and involuntary response towards stimuli are called reflex action. They do not happen consciously. Now, look at the pathway of impulses in a reflex action. Here, heat is the stimuli. When the finger touches the heat, there generate an impulse. These impulses through the sensory neuron, it reaches the interneuron which is a connection of both the sensory neuron and motor neuron. And it is a motor neuron which carries information from the spinal cord to the related muscles. As a result, withdraws the hand by the action of the muscles. Reflex arc is a pathway of impulses in the reflex action. Mainly, spinal cord act as the center of reflex action, and such reflexes are called spinal reflex. The reflexes under control of the cerebrum are called cerebral reflex. Some examples for spinal reflex and cerebral reflex are given here. When the knee is tapped below the kneecap, the lower leg jerks forward. When unwanted matter gets into the windpipe, it is cleared by cupping. If you accidentally sit on a pin, you jump up quickly. When a person accidentally touches a hot object, a pain sensitive receptor cell in his fingertip detects the heat stimulus and triggers off the nerve impulse. From here, the impulse travels along a sensory nerve to the spinal cord. The message is processed and the response is generated in the spinal cord itself. Then this response travels down through a motor nerve to the muscles of the arm. The muscle of the arm receives the response, and his arm muscles contract, lifting the person's finger away from the hot object. The simple reflex action is a purely involuntary action. When a hot object is touched by a hand is withdrawn quickly. When an object approaches near the eye, blinking. Bone of the knee is tapped, the knee is jerked.